So today I'm going to give you a fly on the wall quick tutorial if you want to buy a laptop, especially for the general use people. This is my good friend Yahya, and he's a complete noob, so I'm going to be treating him and you guys like a child. I do apologize. So this is happening today. Coming up, roll the intro. Hey name tags and welcome. This is Ash from HealMyTech, helping you go from newbie to techie. On this channel we do reviews, repairs and tutorials of tech, anything from computers to domestic appliances. Also share some entrepreneur tips to help you save money, make money and become a better version of yourself so you can unleash your true potential. So smash that like button and consider subscribing and enable the bell icon notification for future video release. So this video is overdue. A lot of people have asked me, and tomorrow is going to be the first day of Amazon Black Friday sale. I'm going to put links in the description below so you can use my affiliate link. It will not cost you anything extra. I get a small kickback. I made a video called Never Buy a Laptop. This video did quite well, 500,000 views, and I will update it. I need to change the title and explain a few things. Never buy a cheap laptop would have been better title, so I'm going to do one soon. Hopefully look out for that one coming. Laptops have changed a lot since the last time I had a look at them. I still don't own a laptop, but I need to buy a laptop soon. One for my wife, two for my good friend, three for a lot of viewers that have asked me to give them some advice. Now a few things you need to know. The first advice I will give you, if you want to buy a laptop, go to one of the shops. We're actually going to go sneak into Curry's PcWorld. They probably will not allow me to film, so I didn't bring my big camera. It's just my phone being filmed, so I'll give you some advice, but we're going to do a practical session. So first thing, there are four main operating systems. Mac OS, Windows, Linux and Chrome. Mac, if you're a general user, you're just going to browse the internet and do some Word and Office work, I don't advise for two reasons. One, you don't need a Mac for that price because it's too expensive. And there's a problem with Mac currently, no disrespect to the Apple fans, that even their latest Apple products, their latest laptops don't even have the latest CPU. Wow. They're still rocking the 7th generation Intel processors, whereas the whole industry has moved to the 8th generation, and there's a huge difference in terms of speed and performance between 7th and 8th generation. So there's no point. Now, unless you must have a Mac and live in that environment, the ecosystem of Apple, then get a Mac. Otherwise, leave it, okay? We'll do a different Mac video, hopefully. So second, the biggest operating system is Windows, like you know. This is the most popular, this is what most people know. It has come a long way. Windows 10 had its problems, it's getting much better, so you could go with Windows 10, okay? However, do bear in mind, even in companies like here, when they do sell you a laptop, a computer, it's just the Windows OS. You don't get the software like Microsoft Office if you need that. You don't get antivirus. These things you have to add separately if you want to buy them. So you can get free ones and legal ones as well as alternatives, but that's up to you. That's software. So third operating system is something called Linux. Okay, Linux is not as popular, but it has a lot of good features. It is rock solid. It is quite similar to Mac in a sense, because Linux and Mac have both the same ancestor. They both come with the same type of operating system, but Linux is not as commercialized. And I have done a few videos on this, how to put Linux on an older system. Linux is good. It's free operating system, so you could literally buy a laptop even from other companies and not buy the Windows license and get a Linux, and it will give you office productivity tools. You with me? Yeah. Right? But Linux is not for everyone, okay? And the fourth one is Chrome OS. Chrome OS is Google's own operating system. Now, with Chrome OS, unlike Windows, you need to work online for the most part. But it will work with all the Google application like Google Docs, Google, YouTube is well integrated. Chrome OS is a very good alternative for students who need something just to be able to access the internet and browse and do their homework. It's really good. Usually a lot of Chrome OS laptops are smaller, 11-inch, 10-inch. Some you can get 13-inch, 14-inch, and there's a lot of different makes, different companies. HP does Chrome, Acer. I don't know whether Dell does it, but you can get Chrome OS. Do remember the Chrome OS is not Windows, which means it's not Windows, it's Chrome operating system. But for most students, for most people, if they just need to do online stuff, mostly it works fine, okay? and it has less background application, which means you can go for a laptop which has even less specs, like less RAM, etc. And Chrome OS, most of them will not have a lot of storage, but the thing is, they give you Google Drive, everything is online, so it's one option, okay? So this in terms of the operating system. Now, there are things you need to consider: size, portability, where you're going to work. The general rule, and don't take this the wrong way, I still think most people should buy or build a desktop if they're going to take a laptop and put in a specific place and not move it. You need a laptop for mobility. Some professionals, when they're moving about, they need a laptop. Most people think they need a laptop when they're just going to put the laptop in one spot, and it's not worth it. For the same money as you buying the laptop, you can get a double performance computer, configured, upgradable, and it will be much better for you, like value for money. So do consider this. I'm going to do an update on that video. Don't hate me for it. The update will be never buy a cheap laptop, okay? But if you want to buy a laptop today, we're going to go into the shop now and try to be very sneaky. So follow me. So I'm inside PcWorld Currys. I've just spoken to one of the staff and I told them I'm just doing some pictures and speaking to this idiot here. Right, we're going to start. There's a few things which you should not get. When you come to buy a laptop, look at the specs. For most users these days, I don't advise any RAM of less than 8 GB. So if you have 4 GB RAM on a Windows laptop, best not to get it, okay? Unless your needs are very, very basic, even then you might struggle on a Windows laptop. Now, if this was a Chrome laptop, you might get away with 4 GB because Chrome has less background features, okay? Number 2, definitely you want a laptop with SSD. SSD is the faster drive. 120 GB is okay for basic, but I would advise maybe something like 256, 240 to 256 gigabyte, okay? Okay. Now, this is a Windows laptop. This is Lenovo IdeaPad. Lenovo is not bad. There's a few things which you need to consider. First thing is have a feel for the keyboard. Now, you must come to a store and feel it out. Some people, they prefer quite a long travel journey when you press the key, as opposed to Mac, who has a short distance travel when you press down. If you're going to be typing a lot, you want to be comfortable. So you should go to the store and try a few different keyboards, see which one you like, okay? Have a go at this one.
This feels quite good, actually.
Right. Next thing you want to see is, this is your palm rest. You want to see whether your hand fits on the palm rest quite comfortably. Now for me, sometimes these edges are a bit too sharp and on some material. So if I rest my hand and if I'm getting kind of edgy here, it will really be a problem for me and I would not want to use it. So put your arm rest, make sure your arm and your wrist is resting nicely on the palm.
Me, it's fine.
It's fine.
I don't do typing for long hours.
Right. Next thing you want to check is the actual quality, the bezel, the chassis. Now this is not cold. I like that. Some materials like stainless ones or some other materials, when you put your hand on it, it feels very cold. It's not a nice experience for myself. Maybe it's something that you might want to do, but I don't like it. So this one is kind of plastic. Obviously, it's not as durable as stainless steel or Mac types, but it feels okay, warm enough, so I think I could use this, okay? Try to close the bezel with one hand, one finger. Try to open it with one, see whether it opens nicely. Obviously, this one has a bit of a weight, but if you open it and it hasn't got much flex and much wobble, so it's good. Have a feel for the joint, see whether it will kind of last longer than other cheaper models. So if you're happy with this, it's fine, okay?
Yeah.
Right, next tip. The screen quality, there's something called IPS and something called TN. IPS screens are better. They are clearer, more color contrast. Also, the viewing angle is better. So some laptops, if you move it down like this one, I don't think it's IPS, it's TN. You can see the viewing angle. It starts to change. You can't see it properly, yeah? And the quality for the TN panels will be less good. In contrast, take a look at this one. You can immediately see that even the quality is a bit better. So if you put this down, can you see the viewing angle? It's much better, it's much clearer. This is called an IPS screen, so I would advise you to get IPS. This one is called a TN screen. Okay, right? So that's kind of some general points. Now, this is a 14-inch 14-inch laptops are not standard size laptops. 14-inch laptops or smaller, standard size is 15.6.
Okay.
Now, obviously, anything smaller or bigger than 15.6, you may pay for extra for the same features.
Okay.
Just bear that in mind, okay? But 14 inch is quite a decent size as well. Okay, other thing you want to consider is, take a look at the back. From a repair point of view, if you open the back and you can see there are screws which are visible, it means there's only one back panel and you can easily remove this. Some screws, there are special screws, you need special screwdriver. But this one looks like it's normal Phillips, which is fine. But even the special screws one, it's not easy, it's not difficult to get.
That's what I mean.
So you want to be able to open a laptop and look at the inside, okay? From a repair point of view. Another thing you may notice these days, most laptops, we don't have removable batteries anymore. They have done this obviously to save on size, to make it thinner and lighter. So the batteries will be usually inside. Okay. Now most batteries should still be removable and changeable, but obviously it's not as accessible anymore. When you ask the person, make sure you ask them these questions. Can I get the battery? And make sure you go online and check for the specs about the battery replacement. Is it something you can do easily or not? Okay, one more thing you want to do, let's look at the specs. The processor here is an Intel Pentium Gold 4415U. Now this is an Intel Pentium processor. This is a very basic low-end processor. Unless you're going to do very, very basic tasks, just browsing Word document, you should be fine. In general, I would not advise, because you want to future-proof it a bit. You don't want to get something less than a Core i3
I see what you mean.
in general. But if you're really going to be using just basic stuff, that should be fine. But then in that case, I would say don't get a Windows laptop, get a Chrome OS instead, okay? And definitely, I don't advise 4GB. And this is a bit too low for storage.
Okay, I see what
so you want at least 256, okay? Battery life as well. When you see a company says up to 6 hours, realistically, you're going to get about 4 hours. So you may want to get a laptop with higher battery, like 8 hours, 10 hours. However, all these will increase your budget, obviously.
Of course,
okay?
Of course.
I wouldn't personally get this. For me, I don't think this is future-proof. One last thing you need to ask the person is the laptop upgradable? Most laptops these days are not. Some can be. Maybe you can change the disk, the hard drive, the RAM, but a lot of them have got the RAM is soldered onto the motherboard. You can't increase it. So you need to ask this as well, okay?
I see what you mean.
So which is why find a laptop with one stick of 8GB. So maybe you can add one more later.
I see what you mean.
Take all the info you need from the store, take the model and go online and check. Don't believe what the seller is trying to tell you, okay? Let's look at this one. Again, Intel Celeron, this is what, a HP Stream 14. This is not an IPS, it's a TN panel. This has got 4GB RAM, 30GB storage. This is way too basic.
Definitely no.
I would say instead of getting this, definitely get a Chrome OS. I'll leave that. And HP at this price range, sorry HP, I will never buy or recommend people to buy HP at this price range. This is rubbish. If you want to spend that money, go get yourself a previous business laptop and kind of refurbish. You can upgrade some components for cheaper and it will last longer. Put an SSD in there, okay? Also, what you want to look at is connectivity. Now, most laptops these days, they should have at least one USB Type-C connection. This one doesn't have USB Type-C at all. It's only got 1 to 3 USB Type 2, not even 3.0, and a HDMI output. Jack for the earphone is still there, which is fine. So this one doesn't even have the latest USB Type-C. You want USB Type-C, at least one.
Yes.
Okay. HP 2GB, 30GB. This is definitely not. This is Windows. Yeah, this is Windows. Avoid this at all costs. No matter how much it costs, do not buy this. Processor, again, Pentium 4GB. Don't stay away from the 4GB, right? Okay. This is 1TB normal hard drive. This is the worst thing you could get for your laptop. Never get a normal drive hard disk.
What does that mean?
It's a normal drive, it's not an SSD. Don't get that. Never ever buy this, okay? 4GB is, leave that, yeah. Let's move to another one. Again, 4GB, nope. 4GB.
Nope.
Now this storage is good, 256GB, 349, but 4GB, again, Intel Pentium. If you're going to spend that much money, have a bit more budget, get an 8GB.
All these are like budget ones.
Yeah. Budget, again, nope. Nope, nope. Let's
Yeah.
move to another one.
What do we have here?
Nope, 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 nope. See all of these laptops you see here, right? 4 gigabyte, 4 gigabyte, 1 terabyte. This
Yeah.
avoid at all costs, and this is not even worth it. 4 gigabyte, nope,
No.
nope.
But there was
Nope.
a point where 4 gigabyte was really good, isn't it?
Yeah.
Huh?
I mean, it's okay. It's basic 4 gigabyte, but you won't future-proof it, especially for Windows laptops. This Acer Swift 3 has got an AMD Ryzen 5. AMD Ryzen is a good processor, it's a modern processor, so it's way better than any Intel Celeron. 8 gigabyte of RAM, not bad, and 256 gigabyte SSD, really good. So this is a good combination. For this price, $649, it's got Windows 10. This is a 14-inch or 15-inch. Right, so this is Swift 3. This has got good reviews. The panel is definitely IPS, very clear, full HD. Okay, now this is a good computer to get in the current state of laptops.
Really?
Yeah.
The
Acer Swift 3, yeah. Okay.
Can I take some pictures of
Yes. This obviously it has special screws if you want to open the back, but still one back panel.
So can I ask you one question?
Yeah.
You know the specifications that are here,
Yeah.
yeah? I can use this
Yeah.
on another
Exactly.
make, yeah?
If you get a Ryzen 5 2500U, 8 gigabyte, 256 SSD with Windows, and if you can beat that price for Black Friday, it's well worth considering. Okay.
I got the picture now.
Yeah. Now this is another type. This is a 17-inch Dell Inspiron 17. Okay. Bigger screen. Okay. Now this has got Intel Core i5, very good. Right. This is way above just general use now. Okay. 8 gigabyte of RAM, very good. Now this is ideal. You have an SSD for your operating system and some fast applications, and then you also have mass storage, 1 terabyte of hard drive, which is good. So it means you got the best of both worlds. Obviously, it's a much bigger laptop, so it needs
That's
space
the only
to put.
thing
Yeah,
I don't like it. It's too
now
big.
it's fine. But Dell also is a better make than HP for those types. And let's look at the back quickly. Again, the back. You can't see the rechargeable battery, but you can open these up, and that should be fine. Do you get me? Like
This is a really nice
Yeah.
laptop, to be honest. Acer.
it's not bad. This HP Pavilion, 15.
No, 1 terabyte.
Exactly. Good RAM, good CPU, but 1 terabyte of hard disk. You don't want that. Okay.
So basically, we want something like this.
Yeah.
Would you buy that for yourself, Acer?
Yeah, but not at this price.
That's a bit too much, eh?
Yeah. Again, this one, another 2 terabyte hard disk drive. Nope, you don't want that. But Core i5, good. Obviously, these price points, no.
What's this?
Right, this one, Core i3, 4 gigabyte. If you had 8
You know,
gigabyte,
Intel
maybe
Core
yes.
i3, isn't that a bit old though?
a bit-
I thought there was
No, no,
Intel
no.
Core i5, i7 nowadays.
No, the i3 is just the level, but the still 8th generation, hopefully. It's just a lower powered Intel. Too low. You get the idea? Now let's look at some of the Chromebooks. This is a very small one, 10-inch Asus. This is a Chromebook, correct?
Very small.
So you see the storage is very little, but you're going to use online storage. But for £300, I mean, you could get, it's, I guess.
That's what you get when you
Yeah.
That's what they're giving you, basically.
Yeah. Now look at this, Acer 14-inch Chromebook, okay? £200 right now. Maybe it might come on offer more, but 32 gigabyte storage. This is a Chrome OS book, Acer. The processor is quite low powered, but this is the thing about Chromebooks. They are a low powered processor. They're just designed for browsing, mainly.
I see what you mean.
No creativity, no content creation, okay? So what we've got here is a Lenovo Yoga 530 14-inch laptop, but this is a flip. It's a 2-in-1, which means if you flip this, it becomes a tablet. I mean, for the price, $729, it's got similar specs, 8 gigabyte and 256 gigabyte of SSD with no stand, but it's got an Intel as opposed to an AMD. So this is something else I would like to get. Maybe if I had no choice, is one of these, spending a bit more money. But at this stage, I would rather wait for Amazon Black Friday or any other Black Friday, see whether the price goes down. Right, so just had a quick browse, and I'm very sorry this was unrehearsed, so I may have babbled a bit, but I hope some of the information I gave you was helpful. Yeah, brother. Any questions?
No, I'm just want to say I'm very happy that I came with you today. To be honest, the main purpose was just to do some research on laptops. I would say I know, rather than now I know what I need. It's not about what I want, it's about what I need. So I think I'm clear on that one now. So and now I'll know how to, you know, make my decision and what to get, hopefully.
Brilliant. So just the last thoughts, we go to the car. Just remember, do your due diligence. Black Friday is coming out. I have a video we've done before, and if you go and watch it, most of us have concluded that Black Friday may not be necessarily the deal that it used to be before. So don't buy something just because the salesperson is telling you. In fact, I've just had a conversation with a salesperson from Mac / Currys. He has no idea what he's talking about, but I didn't want to offend him. Just to show that you need to use Google and use your common sense, use tech YouTubers' review of stuff. And what I would advise also, if you're going to buy a laptop, don't go by yourself. Take someone who knows about tech into the shop with you. Don't be swayed. So hopefully this was helpful, and let me know in the comment section below if you want to know anything else. I will be updating these videos soon, and I shall see you in the next one. As usual, this was Ash from HealMyTech, helping you go from newbie to techie. Until next time, peace out.